So it is September 11th, meaning that it's the day dedicated to that really horrifying plane crash incident that happened back in 2001 on this exact date. And just like last year and the year before last, this is a video dedicated to the incident. Although I'm not going to be mostly talking about the incident because I now realize that it's kind of inappropriate. Instead, in today's video, I'm going to be talking about why it is definitely not necessary to be making jokes or memes about this incident. So if you've been on the internet since the start, then you would of course know that a lot of people, especially some people outside of the US, tend to joke about the incident. You know, where the plane crashed into the Twin Towers, which was a very scary moment. I mean, it is the internet, and they would probably find a lot of things to just make memes out of these days. People apparently always have to make jokes, memes, and even YouTube poops about it. And of course they would mostly have no shame whatsoever, which they should, because of the fact that they are literally joking about several people that died on a plane crash. Do I got that right? I actually went online today to see if they were still there, and sure enough they were. And probably not surprisingly, YouTube has not taken them down. It just goes to show you how crazy people can be most of the time. Like, seriously, people, what is wrong with you? I mean, not only are the jokes, memes, and YouTube poops very unoriginal and just very uncreative and look stupid, but, like I said, they joke about many people getting killed. I seriously don't know what leads people into doing these sort of things. And people actually do find this kind of stuff funny. Like, this is a day dedicated to something very tragic. Like, remembering those beloved people that had no right to have their lives be removed like that. It's obviously like making fun of someone who just died and just doing, like, a bunch of stupid jokes about it and stuff. Like, imagine if one of you people who make jokes about 9/11 died and not a lot of people cared about it and just made plenty of weird jokes about it. I mean, obviously, you couldn't do anything about it because, you know, you'd be dead. But that would be really offensive to people who actually cared about the said person who died. So basically what I'm trying to say here is there's really no reason for you to make, like, a bunch of memes and jokes about something that's very hard to not get out of your head. Even if you're not a U.S. citizen, you really shouldn't disrespect a country like that. It's just not right. I mean, there are so many other stuff in the world that you can make memes out of, but yet you choose the most tragic things. I mean, now just thinking about the incident, I now remember why I get anxiety every time I ride in a plane. I mean, why do you think I make these kind of videos on this exact day and not any other day? Because it's not necessary. Just like all the memes and YouTube poops and just all the funny stuff people make about the incident. I mean, every time I see it being referenced on like a YouTube poop or made as a joke, I always think to myself, do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created? Making jokes about something that is super serious is totally not necessary. Like, I'm definitely not one of those people who find those jokes funny. Why are you looking at me like that? Some of you may think I'm making this video as a joke, but I'm really not. As a person who lives and just cares a lot for this country, I just really don't think people should be making fun about one of this country's most serious, like, moments. This is my home. This is the home of many. But it just really confuses me how people even approve this kind of behavior for how others just make fun of the whole problem. Just thinking about it right now sends chills down my spine. It's just something that is really just super personal that shouldn't be remembered as jokes. But yeah, I wasn't even around when the incident happened, and it still just makes me uneasy and just nervous. I mean, I wish people nowadays would just stick up for these kind of things and actually put a stop to it, because I feel people really shouldn't be joking about this sort of thing. Like, what if someone just made fun of something that you cared for a lot, and it just made you really upset about it? I mean, sometimes it would be best to ignore it, but sometimes not a lot of people should get away for doing these sort of things. Especially now when people actually get away for making fun of something really personal. I mean, you see a lot of people joking about it in the internet. Not everyone, but just the more retarded people. So I just want some of you people to actually listen to the words I'm saying and just not take it for granted. Joking about something as bad as the 9/11 incident is definitely not right. Obviously, those jerks who still make the jokes aren't going to listen all the way. But yeah, let them continue being the brain dead idiots that they are. Eventually, they will regret their doings. But yeah, with that said, may those people rest in peace. Please don't ignore these terrorist attacks.